Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Through Installment Scott selections here for Monday, December 19th. Before again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a nice winner in the NFL with Tom Brady over 40 and a half pass attempts and minus 120 on FanDuel. Definitely was not easy. There were some concerns about Tampa potentially not getting the ball back late in the fourth quarter. However, they did, and they decided it was time to stat pad Brady's numbers. So Brady attempted a bunch of passes in the final drive. I believe he entered the drive with 35 and then finished with 44. So it definitely wasn't easy. Cash with about a minute and a half to go, but still made money nonetheless. Look for the winner here on Monday. And for today's play, that you're looking at a matchup in the NFL between the Rams and the Packers for Monday Night Football, taking place at around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this matchup, going to take a prop in this game. Going to take the Packers halftime full time at minus 125 on BetMGM. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. So first of all, let me just explain the prop. I'm sure most of you know what it is. However, some of you might not because it is a little bit obscure. Halftime, full time means the Packers have to be leading at halftime and leading after 60 minutes. If there's a tie in either half or at the end of either half, you lose. Or if the Rams are winning in either half, you lose. But I think Green Bay should be up at halftime and at the end of the full game. And a couple reasons why. First of all, looking at the actual price, minus 125 on BetMGM is a very good number. You can find the same exact bet at minus 155 on DraftKings. You're saving 30 cents. No questions asked, which I'll gladly take to the bank. But Green Bay does have a pretty significant advantage in terms of prep time. Green Bay did have a bye last week. The Rams did play Thursday night. However, Green Bay still had an extra couple days, and I think they should look a lot sharper as a result. But the Rams enter this game following a phenomenal comeback against the Raiders in a game they probably should have lost 99 times out of 100. The Rams had lost 6 straight. Then they pulled a rabbit out of their hat with Mayfield playing basically on 2 days of being on the roster. And he ended up having 2 touchdown drives in the final couple minutes. However, it doesn't change the fact that the Rams are still a really bad football team. And I do think they kind of got lightning in the bottle there for a couple minutes. But the Rams were getting smacked for basically the entire game. And McDaniels just decided to not try to throw the ball, and they kept the Rams in the game as a result. I don't think that'll happen in this game. And I think the Rams, really just injury-riddled roster, will not be able to handle the Packers in this spot, especially on the road. But to go through the actual numbers here for the Rams, they've been very bad on the road this season. The Rams are 0-3 straight up this season in outdoor road games. So they have not exactly played well in the elements, and now they're traveling to their coldest environment of the season, playing in Lambeau. And once again, it's an indoor West Coast team because the Rams play in a dome, traveling to play in 19-degree weather with potential snow in Wisconsin. I don't think the Rams are going to handle the environment well, and Green Bay is so accustomed to it, I think it'll basically be second nature. But I do expect the Rams to look pretty awful, and I think they might wear down, especially in the second half. But you're looking at the injury report for the Rams, and of course, a lot of their main guys are still out. Still missing Stafford, still missing Kupp, still missing Allen Robinson, still missing Aaron Donald, the usual suspects. However, the Rams are also going to be missing a bunch of depth pieces on defense. Looking at the actual injury report, the Rams defensive lineman Marquise Copeland is out. You have Donald, who I mentioned before, is out. Linebacker Traven Howard is out. Cornerback David Long Jr. is out. And their starting center, Brian Allen, is currently questionable with a knee injury. So the Rams are missing a bunch of depth pieces on defense, not to mention Aaron Donald. And they also will potentially be without their starting center. So you might see a couple issues with exchanges with the snow potentially on the ground. You might see a couple maybe fumbles from Mayfield because of bad snaps. But the point is, the Rams are really injured, and the Packers had a full week to get fully healthy. They're still missing a couple pieces. Bakhtiari's out, for example, but you're looking at the Packers' main weapons. You still have Aaron Jones. You still have A.J. Dillon. You still have Lazard. Still have Watson. You have Rodgers off a bye. I know the Packers aren't a good team, but neither are the Rams, and I think the Packers are still more talented than the Rams at this point. I'll take the healthier team at home that's used to the cold environment against a Rams team that not only is not used to playing in the snow, but is also really not good at running the ball. And the main issue Green Bay has is stopping the run on defense, and the Rams don't have really any solid ground game. So I think Mayfield will look better because he has an extra week and a half to roughly learn the playbook, but that's still only 2 weeks with a brand new system. I don't suddenly think Mayfield's going to be good because he pieced it together for 5 minutes against the Raiders in a dome. So at the end of the day, it might be close for a half or two, but I think Green Bay will be winning by at least 3 after the first half, and I think they'll be winning by probably 7 at the end of the game. I didn't want to take the spread because 7 I thought was pretty sharp, so instead I'll take the Packers to lead at halftime and to win after 60 minutes. Play that once again here for Monday, December 19th is going to be on the Packers first half and full time at -125 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.